Throwing tantrums. Sophie was born a total stunner, like straight-up human Barbie vibes. Her fam clocked that early and decided she was gonna be a superstar. By the time she was 3, they had her on a full-on boot camp schedule. Singing, dancing, makeup, styling, the whole influencer starter pack.
You'd start your day singing at 6 a.m., then head to school from 8 to 4. After that, it's homework from 4 to 5, then vocal lessons with your coach from 5 to 7. Dinner's just a quick break from 7 to 7:30, then straight into dance practice until 9:30. And from 9:30 to 11, it's time to learn makeup. Weekends, everything's doubled. Full-on grind mode, no chill.
And Sophie? She was all in, fully believed she was destined to blow up. And guess what? She did blow up. By 20, she was as famous as Taylor Swift. But like most child stars, the fame hit back, hard. Her personality started spiraling. Throwing tantrums became her daily ritual. She was yelling at stylists, managers, even her boss. Literally everyone.
Are you dumb? Red and green? What, I'm a Christmas tree now? I told you, I want my hair exactly 20 centimeters long, not 20.5. You got bananas growing in your ears or what?
Eventually, no one wanted to work with her, except for one person, Mandy, who debuted the same time as her. Why did they vibe? 'Cause Mandy had the same firecracker energy. Both of them were rage queens, even competed on who could pop off in more creative ways. Then one day, Mandy switched up completely. She turned all calm and sweet, like some human marshmallow. Sophie was like,
You, what happened to you?
conversations got dry, and they kind of just drifted apart. Sophie? She kept being Sophie. Rage was her brand. One time, she was walking down the street and this old lady bumped into her. Sophie thought,
Oh, hell yeah, perfect time for a meltdown.
but before she could say anything, the granny looked at her real creepy and said,
Stop throwing tantrums. You're gonna pay the price.
and just like that, zoom, Granny dipped faster than Wi-Fi in a dead zone. Sophie didn't think much of it, just pissed she missed a chance to blow up. Not long after, her company announced a year-long world tour. Sophie was like,
Hell nah, too much work. Even if I do show up, I'm not gonna give it my all.
company was mad, but they couldn't drop her. She was still their cash cow. Then during one show, her manager suddenly told her she had to do this aerial stunt with a backflip. She said nope, but he threatened her. Said if she didn't do it, it'd count as breach of contract and she'd owe money. So she cursed him out and did it anyway. Mid-air, the rope snapped. Snap, boom, leg broken. At the hospital, the doc said they could fix it, but she'd be out for 3 months, completely immobile. Had to take some special pills every day to heal, and definitely zero walking. So the company sent her to some fancy villa out in the countryside to recover. Place looked like a national park, low-key paradise. They even confiscated her phone and blocked the TV. Told her,
You need to relax. No stress. Heal. Fast.
of course, Sophie went full rage mode, yelled at everyone, threw stuff, injured a few staff, but in the end, she had no choice but to chill. At first, she hated it. Then, she kinda got into it.
Yo, this is actually nice. Haven't screamed at anyone in weeks. My mood's better too.
She didn't know if it was the meds or just the peace, but her leg healed crazy fast. Still, the company insisted she stay the full 3 months. One day she got real bored and secretly called a ride into the city. She missed that feeling, people snapping pics of her, screaming her name. So she went to this pub. But weirdly, no one recognized her. She thought.
This town's lame or what? Not even one selfie?
Then again, maybe it meant she could wild out a little. She was having a drink when the girl next to her started live streaming a performance. Sophie glanced over, and her jaw dropped. The chick on screen was wearing her fave outfit, singing her songs, and looked exactly like her. She bolted out of there and sped home, opened the door, and there she was, another Sophie just chillin' on the couch. Sophie freaked out.
Yo, who are you? Why you dressed like me?
The other Sophie didn't move, just sat there, ice cold. dead. Right then, her manager walked in. Sophie flipped out,
What the hell, bro? You clone me or something?
but the manager just froze like he'd seen a ghost.
Who are you? How'd you even get in here?
Sophie snapped,
Quit playing dumb, you know me.
but he ignored her and called the cops. Police showed up way too fast, like they'd been waiting outside, arrested her on the spot.
I'm Sophie. This is my house. You guys serious right now?
One of the cops smirked and said,
You're Sophie BB? Yeah, right. And I'm Benson Boone.
Sophie was shook. Nobody recognized her. Even at the police station, they were acting like she was just some random lunatic. While she was sitting there waiting, she glanced at a mirror across the room.
Who's that? Eyes all squinty, mouth huge, like she could swallow a 30-inch pizza in one bite.
Then she realized,
Wait, it's a mirror? That's me?
she nearly passed out. A cop came back and said,
You're free to go. We'll just say you had a breakdown. No charges this time.
Sophie had no idea whether to laugh or cry, but she dipped fast. She was convinced it was the company. Something shady was going on. So she snuck into her boss's office and overheard him talking with the manager.
What's the update on the real Sophie?
She came back last night. Good thing we had cops on standby. She's locked down now.
Perfect. Tech's so good now, we don't even need the originals. Clone a celeb, don't have to pay them. And shout out to whoever made those face-changing pills. 1 month on that stuff, and even your mom won't recognize you. You remember Mandy? She took those pills too. That's why she looks like an old lady now.
Everything clicked.
The broken rope, the weird meds. It was all part of the setup. That old woman warning her not to get mad? That was Mandy.
Sophie finally got it. She couldn't go back. Nobody would believe her. She didn't even look like herself anymore. So she did the only thing she knew how to do. Threw one final tantrum. She grabbed a knife, stormed out, and let it all out. Turns out, rage really does come with a price.
Thank you for watching. Our channel needs your support to sustain. If you like my stories, please subscribe and like.